Hey folks, it's Tim with Eastern Wolfers, Professional Wildlife Control. I want to show you a little trick here on your 330 Conibears. When you get these from the factory, you tend to have a lot of slop in the trigger right here. Sometimes you may have an inch and a half of slop before that edge of that trigger engages the dog and throws it off the frame, so you may be getting, quite a few body catchers rather than catching them right behind the neck. So I'm going to show you what I've seen on the internet. What the problem is when they make these at the factory is that groove right there is not deep enough. So when that groove engages this trigger right here, the corners of this groove that trip the trigger are not down completely on the trigger. So that's why you got so much slop. So to fix it, just go by Home Depot and get you a round file that'll fit this. Just lay it in your lap and take your file and just file that groove. You want to go deeper with the groove, keeping the same width on the sides, but you just want to file that groove deeper until these corners, until your corners right here are actually in contact with these flats on the trigger. Now, when you do that, that's going to take most of the slop out of the trigger. If I set it this way, a beaver's coming in this way, there's no slop whatsoever in that trigger. That thing's ready to go. If he comes in this way, you might have a half inch. You might have a half inch of flex there. But that right there is going to do a better job of making sure you get, behind the head neck catches as opposed to catching them in the body or catching them in the tail, something like that. Another thing that I noticed, a lot of people like to turn these upside down. And I'm just going to be straight up with you. I think that's a foolish thing to do, because when you turn this upside down, these factory locks automatically fall off due to gravity. Well, you got this thing upside down, and if them locks fall off, if they slide down and fall off, I'm going to do it. This one's already fell off. And you're moving this around on the ground on the bottom of the pond or the creek or whatever, and you don't have this safety on, and this thing fires, and you just got your hands. And from what I read, it's 330 pounds of pressure. So that's why it's called a 330 Conibear. To me, I run mine up where I can keep these, so gravity will keep these factory locks on, or safeties on. I also put this aftermarket safety on, so that when I get this set where I want to, I flip these safeties off first, flip the factory safeties off first, make sure my dog is set, bottomed out. Last thing I do is pull this safety off. So a few tips there that might help you catch some more beaver in the head and neck area. Try it out and see what you think. But by all means, get you one of those manual safeties and put it on a lanyard. I'm going to have mine on a longer lanyard, so I can put it inside my pocket on my waders. But best of luck to y'all in your beaver trapping. I got a job to do coming up here probably third week of February. So looking forward to it, and best of luck to y'all on the line this year.